This conference will now be recorded.
So now we'll need to understand about the right EBS, elastic block storage. So how many types of storages are there? Storage categories are there in the EBS?
Three.
What are those?
EBS block storage, file storage, and final one is EBS. S3 bucket one comes and the floppy something.
How many types are there here in the EBS?
Two, GP2 and GP3.
So the storage types in the EBS actually. The storage types in the GPS.
Two, provision IOPS and there is one everything, right?
Gen 3 actually. General purpose, provision IOPS, and then magnetic storage. Right?
Yeah.
And then the magnetic storage. 3 are there, right? So now you're been entering into the concept of EBS of primary volume as well as logical volume here. Primary volume as well as logical volume here. So now here in the real-time environment, you guys are going to be enabled. Right? Thanks, Pramod. So in the real-time environment, you guys are going to be enable EBS with the respective general purpose storage with the GP3 version, right? General purpose storage with the GP3 version. So now you need to understand how to expand your respective primary volume, right? How to expand your primary volume and how to expand your respective secondary volume, right? So, and also you need to understand about the creating of the snapshot, right? Creating of the snapshot and restoring of the snapshots. All these things you guys need to enable here. So all these things you guys need to enable here. So this is the one main important thing that you guys need to understand here. So now here this is the day-to-day task, guys, that you guys are going to get in your real-time environment. You have an EC2. So what is the root volume that you guys are giving actually at this moment? What is the root volume?
You mean asking about size or the name of the disk?
Size. Don't unmute yourself, Jiva. Just put your respective chat. There is huge disturbance from your end. So now here you have an EBS volume of, for the Linux you have an 15 GB, 8 GB, the minimum requirement. For the Windows, what is the minimum storage environment you have?
30.
30, right? 30. So EBS is with 30 actually. EBS is with 30 with respective Windows actually. So now here, this primary volume you want to increase, right? Because the disk is full, right? This primary volume you guys need to increase actually. So then what you guys need to do? So you need to increase the respective disk from the 8 GB to, let's say suppose 40 GB, right? Let's say suppose 40 GB. So how to do it? So for this you guys need to know some basic commands of Linux actually, right? Some basic commands of Linux actually. So we'll discuss now how to expand your respective volume. Hope you guys are working on assignments.
Yeah, Pramod, I will start actually because I was in some function, so I'm not able to start. I'll complete it as soon as.
Yeah, thanks. So Jiva, Pramod, and Pawan Kumar also very active. So what about rest actually? You guys are very busy. So now here you're going to create a new instances with a volume of 8 GB and will try to increase the from 8 GB to 40 GB. This is our primary task. So what you call this one as an increasing the primary volume, right? Increasing the primary volume here. So here what you guys are going to do, increasing the primary volume in the EBS, increasing the primary volume, increasing the primary volume from 8 GB to 40 GB, right? From 8 GB to 40 GB here, increasing the primary volume from 8 GB to 40 GB here. So that is one main important thing, 8 GB to 40 GB here. So let's create one instances here. Let's create one instances here. So there are huge set of instances. So let me switch into the Singapore. Singapore, there are instances are running actually. So let it make it as 0. So Pramod, I hope you again doing the practical of step level scaling. I'm launching an instances. So now with the EBS of 8 GB. So Amazon Linux 2 here with the T2 micro. Adding a storage volume of 8 GB here. Later I'm going to increase the respective root volume size. Name equal to EBS hyphen prod. So review and launch the instances. So meanwhile, while creating the instances, let's convert .pem to .ppk. So let it wait, still it is in pending state. Now it isn't running. Let's connect to the instances. So what is the command to check for your respect to disk space?
df-h.
Yeah, don't mute yourself, unmute yourself, Jiva. Use disturbance actually. Just test the answers in the chat.
Okay, fine. Because okay, no problem. Fine.
So now here, so df-h. So if I want to check the respective type of disk actually, what is the type, whether it's ext4 or ext or xfs. If I want to know the file system type as well, what is the command to check? So switching into the root user, how to check the ID of the respective root user, whether which user I have logged in. What is the command to check? What is the command to check here? Which user I have logged in, right? who am I, or simply you can use the command called id. Simply you can use the command called id. So now here over the respective human readable language, I'm going to use the df-h capital T here, where you can able to find out the where you can able to find out the respective file system type along with the disk space. Now what is my root volume here? What is the root volume here? 8 GB. So what is my task? I want to increase from 8 GB to 40 GB here, right? I want to increase the task to increase the respective 8 GB to 40 GB here. So what I need to do? So for that you need to increase your respective disk space, right? For that you need to increase your respective disk space here. So now here you guys need to enable the, so now here you guys need to enable the disk space. So firstly you guys need to modify the respective, firstly you guys need to modify the respective, the volume here. So go for, click on the respective volume. So go for the, check the navigations once again. Go for the running instances. Click on this respective running instances here. Click on your respective storage. Right, you will get your respective volume ID. Right, click on the respective volume here. Go for the actions. Modify the volume. So from 8 GB to you need to modify to 40 GB here. Click on modify. Now, if you observe that it has automatically modified to the 40 GB. Now, if you observe that it has modified automatically to the 40 GB here. So now here is the command lsblk. So now here actual volume has been modified to the 40 GB. But if you observe that if I use the df-h capital T, so it was not still modified. So you need to use the command actually, right? You guys need to use the command actually. xfs underscore grow fx, right? Stack dev xvda1, right? Slash dev xvda1, xfs underscore grow fs slash dev xvda1. So now if you observe that even though I have increased my respective root volume, it is not increased actually. What I need to do? Any idea what is the command I need to use? Any commands? Any commands I need to use? What I need to do? PVLV is concept is not comes into the picture here. Logical volume manager is not going to be comes into the picture here. In especially this area actually. If I check this respective PVS, there is nothing. VGS, there is going to be nothing actually. Right. So now what, any idea what is the command you guys need to check?
No, we have to resay. Sorry, we have to use xfs underscore fs slash dv xdva. Then we have to.
First of all, you need to increase the grow path actually by using this command. Right. So as soon as you have been using this respective grow path, then you need to use this respective xfs underscore grow fs. So now if you observe that it has been increased the 40 GB, right? So grow path, this is the command actually. depending upon your respective disk space name here, right? Disk space name, grow path, disk space name, and the partition number. Here my partition number is 1. That's why I've given as grow path except /dev xvda and the partition number 1. I have increased my disk from 8 GB to 40 GB. Later I have been increased my respective, right? Later I have been increased my respective disk space here from xfs underscore growfs. This is the one. This is how it's going to be happen. So now here I want to look at, this is how you guys are going to be increase here. Only two simple commands. First, get the disk name. Get the disk name here by using the command df-h capital T. Later, what you guys need to do? You guys need to use the command grow path /dev xvda1 and resize, sorry, xfs underscore growfs, right, and /dev xvda1. So this is how you guys need to do, right? This is how you guys need to do to increase the disk space. So now to attach the second task in the EBS volume, now to attach the secondary volume, now to attach the secondary volume here. So how to attach the secondary volume? So how to attach the secondary volume? Listen carefully, very important, right? Listen carefully, very important here. Firstly, you guys need to create the EBS volume here, right? Firstly, you guys need to create the EBS volume here. So here, hello, am I audible, guys? Yeah. I'm not sure what happened for this actually. It's creating very, if for me or for everyone, I'm not sure. Yeah, screen sharing access to you. Yeah. So now what I'm trying to say here is you have an EC2 instances here, which is on 1A, right? Which is on 1A actually. So in this respective 1A, if you want to enable this respective EBS volume, it should be over the 1A availability zone only. It should only the 1A availability zone only, right? It should available only on the respective 1A availability zone. If you are creating your respective EBS volume in the 1B region, if you are creating the availability zone in the 1B region of your respective EBS volume, and if you are trying to attach to the 1A availability zone, this will not going to be work. Am I clear on this? Right? Am I clear on this? So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to create a secondary volume over the 1A availability zone, right, it should be created on only on 1A availability zone. It should not created on 1B availability zones and trying to attach your respective volume to the EC2 instances which has created over the respective 1A region actually, 1A availability zone. So this is the common mistake people will going to do. They will create the volume on the 1B actually, and they're trying to attach the volume to the instances which is created on the 1A. This is how it's going to be happen, right? This is how it's going to be happen. So that one thing you guys need to understand thoroughly while creating of your respective EBS volume here. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts? Am I clear, guys? So this is one main important thing that you guys need to understand here, every one of you, right? So now here you guys need to understand. Just give me a second, guys. What are we doing? మా పాటలేంది మా తల్లి క్లాస్ రికార్డింగ్ అవుతుందా పాటలేంది ఎవరు పెట్టినట్టు ఈ పాటలు క్లాస్ ఆగిపోతుంది yeah. So now here I want to attach my secondary EBS volume here, right? So where is my instances? The instances is on 1A availability zones, right? The instances is on 1A availability zones here. This is the volume here. So let's create a volume on 1A availability zone. So I'm using this my secondary volume as 1A availability zones I'm creating, and I'm using the general purpose SSD which is a GP3 version 3. So the throughput is going to be high. It will support up to 3000 IOPS. You guys going to be know, right? You guys going to be know what is the meaning of this, right? What is the meaning of available IOPS actually, right? So now here, this is what I'm trying to create. The first thing you guys are going to be create here is you need to create a volume. What is the specific size and the in which availability zone it need to create. It should be on 1A. Because why it should be on 1A? Because my EC2 instances is configuring 1A availability zone here, right? My EC2 instances is configuring 1A availability zone here, right? Instance is configuring 1A availability zone. So now here encryption wise, right? I will discuss in the coming KMS classes what is the purpose of encryption and how does it going to be encrypt. That I'm going to discuss in the coming KMS classes here, right? So we'll see here. So now let's add a tag for name equal to secondary volume. Right, secondary volume, name equal to secondary volume, and create a volume here. Right, create a volume here. So now here, you guys need to attach this volume to the instance here. Go for the actions, attach your volume, check the instances here, and attach it. So and then attach it here. So now here, let's log in into the instances. right? Here you have an 20 GB. This is my secondary volume. So first thing what you guys need to do is, you guys, this is a raw hard disk, right? This is a raw hard disk actually. What is this? This is a raw hard disk. So you guys need to convert into this raw hard disk into the file system type, any of the file system type. So the latest file system type here is, right? The latest file system type here is, you guys need to use the respective, right? You guys need to use the respective command called file -s /dev xvdf, right? Right? /dev xvdf here. So after that, what you guys need to do? You guys need to use the command called lsblk -f, right? lsblk -f. So now here you need to make this file system into the XFS. Use this command actually, right? Use this command actually, right? It has not showcasing the XFS file system here. So what you guys need to do is, so XFS, so make file system fdisk -l. So it has not having any kind of partitions. You guys need to use the command called fdisk /dev xvdf1. Make an primary pre, sorry, new. It's going to be a primary type. Partition type is primary, and partition number is 1. This is your first sector, right? This is your first sector, and W is for save. So if you observe that, now it has been created the partition number 1 here. So now here you guys need to create a mkfs, make the file system over the partition -p xfs /dev xvda1 actually, /dev xvda, sorry, xvdf1, right? xvdf1. So once you have did this one, now you are into, if you need to use the command called lsblk -f. So now if you observe that both systems are in having the XFS file system. So what is the command you need to use? Firstly, you need to convert the raw hard disk into the block storage devices. Convert the raw hard disk to the block storage device. Raw hard disk to the block storage device. Right? You need to use the command called fdisk -l. Right? And then you need to use the command called fdisk /dev xvdf. Use the new and primary partition and click on save. New partition, primary partition, right? And click on save. Click on save here. So this is one thing. Later what you guys need to do, once you have created the partition, later what you guys need to do, you guys need to create the, right? You guys need to create the file system. To create the file system, right? To create the file system, you guys need to use the command called mkfs -p xfs actually /dev xvdf1, right? And then to verify, what you guys need to do? You guys need to do the command call lsblk -f. lsblk -f. Am I clear on this? Any questions, any doubts as of now? Am I clear? Right? Very important, guys. Very important here. After that, what you guys need to do? You guys need to create a, right? You guys need to create a directory, and then you guys need to mount the directory, right? You guys need to mount the directory to your newly created secondary volume. So what is the command to create a directory? What is the command to create a directory here? Mkdir, right? You guys need to use the command called mkdir here to create a directory here. So now here, let's create a directory with a name called /secondary. Mkdir /secondary. Mkdir /secondary here. So now here, you guys need to use the command called, right, mount /dev xv df1 to /secondary. You guys need to use the command. So that means you are mounting this respective directory to the /secondary. Now I need to enter into the cd/secondary. I can create a files, right? I can create a files. Create a directory. Use the command called mkdir/secondary and mount a directory here. Mount the volume to the directory. And then to make a permanent mount, here, you guys need to use the command called enter your respective, right, file system tab. Enter your details of your respective secondary system, right? To make the permanent mount, you guys need to enter your secondary volume details in the file system tab. So for that, you guys need to use this /dev xvdf1, right? /dev xvdf1, where you guys are mounted this one, this respective secondary volume. In which path you guys are mounted this secondary volume here? Under /secondary, right? Under /secondary you have mounted here. So now here the mounted details is /secondary, and which file system here? XFS file system, defaults 00 0 0. Save this respective syntax here. So this is the way you guys need to use it. Under /etc fs tab. Right, and use the mount -a, right, and use the mount -a, right, and use the mount -a. This is one main important thing. To verify the syntax, you need to use mount -a. Use mount -a. Right, mount -a. This is one main important thing. So this is how you guys are going to create a secondary volume. Am I clear on this?
So
Am I
what's the
clear on
difference
this?
between this mount command and this permanent mount?
Yeah, this is the permanent. So to make it a permanent mode, you need to enable your respective details of secondary volume under this slat etc fs tab directory, right? And to verify whether the syntax you have created correctly or not, you need to use the mount -.
No, no. My question is like if I give this mount command, right, will it not work?
No, it is make only the this one, right? You're talking about.
Correct, correct. Yes.
This is only for the temporary mode. As soon as you have rebooted your system, it will
Okay,
not
got
going
it.
to be again like it will not going to showcase your secondary volume.
Okay, got it.
So that's how it's going to be happen here, right? So now here you guys need to enter into the concept of snapshot action, right? Am I clear on this? How you guys are going to perform these activities? Am I clear? The enablement of the secondary volume. Any questions? Any doubts here? Right? So no response. Can I consider as no? So this is very important, guys, to enable your secondary volume for your respective worker nodes. This is very important actually. And the thing is, so now you need to ensure that you have taken the snapshots actually for your respective secondary volume. Can I take the snapshot for the primary volume? Can I take the snapshots of the primary volume? It's not like that actually. AMI will capture each and everything. It will capture primary, it will capture secondary, it will capture whatever the EBS volumes are available in complete EC2 instances.
So if I'm taking any AMI backup, so I don't have to explicitly like take a snapshot of each EBS volume, right? That is not
But
required.
yes, you are right. But if I want a specific volume, let's say suppose I want only the secondary volume because I have some data has been stored there. In that case, I can take the snapshot.
Okay, got it.
Now, can I take the primary volume here? Can I take the primary volume here? And what it going to store in the primary volume actually? What exactly it going to store? The primary volume.
Sorry, boot disk.
Hmm. Actually, I don't require the bootable disk actually. It comes through the operating system. And you need to store your data on your right, and you need to store your respective data on your respective right, store your respective data on your respective secondary volume. Primary volume, I don't require to store any kind of data actually. It's an operating system data. As I said, right, you have a partitions concept, right? All your operating system will be going to be stored in the form of primary volume here, right? Am I clear on this? So now here you guys need to understand the taking the backup of the secondary volume and restoring it. Now, what is the command to create some files? What is the command to create some files here?
Touch.
Touch, right? So now here create some files here, and let's take a and create some more directories here, right, over your respective secondary volume, and take the snapshot and restore it to the respective other availability zones. So now I have created in the 1A availability zones. Let's create the snapshot in the other availability. So mkdir. So hyphen. So this is one thing actually 50. So now here touch. So now these many files are there. These many directories are there. Let's consider this is your data actually. Yeah, 1A to 1B. So now here, what I'm trying to do is I will take the snapshot of this secondary volume and I'm going to restore it this respective secondary volume in the 1B. Let's consider that scenario. Scenario number 2. Guys, most of the time in the EBS, only these tasks are going to become in your real-time environment. So take a snapshot from 1A agent, 1A availability zone, and restore it to right 1B availability zone. So for that, what you guys need to do here, you guys need to create a instance in the 1B as well. You guys need to create the instance in the 1B as well here. So now here, go for this respective, go for the instances, go for the secondary volume, launch the instances firstly, select the instances type T2 micro because you guys are into retail. Now launching the instances over the specific availability zone 1B, specific availability zone 1B. Next, add the storage. Primary volume is this one. So I would like to go this one name as an EBS snapshot. EBS snapshot. Next, security groups here, review and launch. So now here EBS here, I acknowledge launch the instance. Firstly, I created the instances over the 1B availability zone. EBS snapshot, I'm creating the instances over the 1B availability zone. Now I would like to take the snapshot of 1A and I need to restore the snapshot of 1B. Clear? What is my task here? Am I clear on this? Right? This is what I'm going to do. This is what the requirement I got. So now here, let's take a snapshot of your respective EBS volume and restore it to the 1B. So let's do it. So now go for the respective snapshot here. Click on the snapshot. Sorry, click on the respective volumes here. So this is my secondary volume. I name this one as a secondary for my identification. Go for the actions, create a snapshots. And the volume description is 1A secondary volume. Create a snapshot. Still it is in pending state. Let's wait for it. So let's wait for it till it's going to create it to the completed state. So now here, what you guys need to do is create a volume. Go for the volumes, create a volume and select the volume size, whatever the 30 GB. And this should be on 1B. And from the snapshot, you have so many snapshots. How to identify here? With the help of snapshot ID. Take the duplicate of your respective AWS console. Go for the EC2. Go for the snapshots. So this is the snapshot ID that you guys are going to get. Click on the snapshot ID and select it here. Yeah, XFS file system actually. Because I have used the XFS as my file system type. XFS file system. Let's wait for it till it need to search the respective snapshot.
The snapshot ID for the volume, right?
Yeah, this is a snapshot ID for the respective volume. Secondary one. You're right. Generally, this will take a lot of time to get the snapshots. Actually, you need to wait for it. ext2, ext3, ext4, and XFS. File system types, not storage types actually. File system types of Linux operating system, not storage types. Storage types you have an GP2, GP3, sorry, general purpose storage, provisioned IOPS, and magnetic storage. File system types you have an ext2, ext3, ext4, and XFS. Right? Probably this volume has not registered with. Create a volume. Let's get the snapshot first. This is the issue here with the snapshots. Actually, it will take a lot of time to search. Name here will not work actually. So the snapshot ID it will use to take, because the search category is the snapshot ID here. Generally, it depends upon the, as soon as you have created the snapshot, you need to update their own database actually. This will take time actually. Right? So use this one specific custom snapshot ID and provide your respective snapshot ID here. If it is taking a huge time, and use your respective tag. So secondary snapshot, secondary icon snapshot. Create a volume. So now here, as soon as you have created this one, right? As soon as you have created this one here, I think this is the one. So let me check the snapshot ID here. Yeah. Let's name it as EVS secondary type 1B for my identification purpose. So where this is got created on 1B. So now here you need to go for attach the respective snapshot, attach the volume to your respective instance here. So here EVS snapshot of running instances here, attach the volume. Right, attach the volume here. So this is one thing you guys need to do. As soon as you have created this one, right? So EVS snapshot, let's log in into the respective instances and try to check. whether the snapshot is successfully restored or not. Right. So now here LSBLK, as usual, the volumes are going to be there. So now here, can I make the file system now? Can I make the file system to my secondary volume? Or can I make the file system to my primary volume once it is already created? Can I redo the file system here? Can I redo the partition here? No, actually, you never ever do this kind of stuff because the data is completely going to be lost. If you redo the partitions or if you redo the file system, that data is completely going to be gone case actually. So now how to get this respective volume here? Now how to get this respective volume here? What is the way to get this volume here? Just fdisk-l, right? Create a directory mkdir / secondary _ snapshot. Use the mount here /dev xvdf1 and to this respective secondary snapshot. CD secondary snapshot here and ls. The data which is you have created, it automatically there. That's how you guys need to take the snapshot and restore it in the 1D region. So this is the general task you guys are going to be get in your real-time environment. Am I clear on this? How to perform this activity? Right? Any questions, any doubts here? Very, very, very important actually. Guys, in the interview perspective, what is your day-to-day activities on AWS? If suppose someone asks you, what are you guys going to be update actually? If suppose someone asks you in the interview perspective, what is your day-to-day activities? You guys need to update the assignment task actually. You guys need to update the assignment task actually. So this is what I do. This is how I'm going to perform this activity, right? So I'm going to take in the EBS volume, in the EBS things, you guys are going to perform these activities, right? You guys need to perform. You are taking the backup. So based upon the scenario, for example, so for example, if suppose someone asks us to enable the backup and restore mechanisms from the 1A to 1B availability zones, this is what you guys are going to perform. Right? All these things you guys are going to be update to your respective interview. Am I clear on this?
Shambhuk is fine now. Still voice is noisy.
Oh, no, very noisy actually. So this is what you guys are going to be perform, guys, in your real-time environment. There is one more concept called EFS actually, elastic file system, common file system storage actually, for the one or more instances. So before going to that concept actually, you guys need to know about the NFS, network file system, right? NFS, network file system actually. So very important actually in this respect to NFS. So before going to that, just go ahead and perform this respect to NFS. Am I clear on this?
So a quick question, like if you spare 1 or 2 minutes, what is this partition that we are just repeatedly using this terminology? I couldn't get
Sorry,
it.
what is the?
partition. You are
You
using a
need
terminology while creating the volumes, attaching the volumes.
what terminal actually? No, I'm not getting your question actually.
No. My question is, you are using a terminology called partition, right? P1, P2, something like that.
Okay. See, basically, partitions are nothing but to safeguard your respective data. Let's say suppose I don't have any partitions. I have only one partition name called primary volume. People this may call as primary volume, or people may call this one as an secondary logical volume as or boot volume actually, right? So let's consider this is the primary volume. In the primary volume, I have an operating system actually. All the bootable files are going to be stored. Operating system libraries and binaries, all the bootable files that I am going to be stored here. So basically in the corruption, so if suppose your hardware got corrupted actually, let's consider your hardware got corrupted. It will only corrupted your primary volume. It will not going to be corrupt your respective secondary volume actually. If you have partitions concept. If your partitions are being invoked on your respective thing, it will have an secondary volumes actually. Secondary volume might be it will have then /dev xvdf1 right /dev xvdf1 and /dev xvdf2 right /dev xvdf2. So it may have n number of partitions actually. Even though your operating system got corrupted, you can recover this operating system by booting with the primary volume to the any additional extendable disk actually. And you can safeguard your data, your secondary volume, and the respective other volumes as well. The data is not going to be lost. And if your file system got corrupted in your secondary volume, you can use a command called fsck actually, file system check. Have you ever noticed in the Windows, it will performing the file system check? When you guys are shut down, inappropriate way of shutdowning, the file system got corrupted. To recover it, right? To recover it actually, what you guys going to do? You guys are going to perform the file system check. Have you ever noticed Windows automatically to recover your respective hard disk, it will perform the file system check. It will remove the corrupted data actually. By automatically it will remove the corrupted data and make your operating system workable. Have you ever noticed that? So if you guys are going to be use that kind of scenario, you can run the file system check on the specific partitions. So basically the partitions are in a layman language here. If you want to ask me, the partitions are going to helpful to safeguard your respective data in a very effective manner and manage your data hard disk in very effective manner. Rather than using the single hard disk, you guys are going to be use right multiple hard disks to safeguard your respective. Am I clear on this?
So in our case, like partition is nothing but a number of disks, right? Here, let's say I got a second, it will be a partition, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Shalmuk, is it fine now or still voice noisy?
Yeah, I got your questions actually. The thing is, snapshot can take in any region and attach to the different region. So different region does not make sense actually. You're going through AMI. You guys need to go with the AMI actually. But this guy is providing the copy the respective volume, copy the snapshot to the different region also is going to be available. Like the way you guys are going to be do the respective AMI. You can also do it, copy the respective volume to the different region as well.
Okay.
So this I will discuss by tomorrow. How to copy the one region to other region, the snapshots, like the way you guys are doing the. By tomorrow we'll discuss. Avinash, are you LVM concepts here is not going to be LVM concepts are not going to be helpful here in the cloud. It's not required. You can directly modify the volume size. What is the purpose of LVM actually? To resize your disk, isn't it? To resize your disk. For that, you guys are effectively using the PVs, volume groups, and LVs. Those are the traditional way of operating systems over the on-premises actually. In the cloud environment, simply modify the respective volume size, upgrade your disk. Simple. If suppose something is went wrong, take the snapshot, restore it by using an AMI or the EBS concept. In the cloud, it's very simple managing the hard disk actually, but in data center, it's very hectic job to restore your respective data. Right? That is one main important thing that you guys need to understand. Right?
Shanmugh, one more question. So what now? Now we are using the free trial. For example, I have purchased some kind of AMI, build the instances. So if I want to take the snapshot of this free trial uh, volumes, I can able to attach to the particular
Yeah,
other.
yeah. There is no limitations here. You can do it. Whether it's an enterprise edition or it's a free trial. Right?
So basically, we can't directly attach the volume. So we have to create a snapshot, and then from the snapshot, we have to create a volume, and we have to attach. Correct?
If you are popping from one availability zone to other availability zone, one availability zone not to other availability, you need to take the snapshot and copy. If you want a plain volume, you can create a volume and you can attach it.
If it is the same region, so no need of taking snapshot.
Same availability zone.
Yeah.
Same
For
availability.
example.
If you want that data, you need to take the snapshot from one availability zone to second availability zone. So if you want to attach that respective hard disk, or else you can use the same availability, same volume. You can detach the volume. You can attach it to the other instances within the same availability zone.
Okay, we
That's
can
how it
attach
works.
this. We can attach the same volume to the different instances twice without detaching.
No, without detaching, it's not possible. You need to detach first. You need to attach it.
Okay, so at a time only one volume should be in one instance
One
only, correct?
volume. Yeah. Yes. If you want the common storage environment, you need to go with the EFS. A concept called EFS, elastic
Thank
file
you.
system. That I will discuss later. Okay, guys, that's all for today. We'll connect for tomorrow and we'll continue with our respective migration stuff.